Hello and welcome back for another edition of London Direct. Bitcoin has been one of the stories of the year with its value surging, but what does it actually mean? What does it represent? And who actually trades the thing? Well, I've been speaking to Alistair Cotton from Currencies Direct. Alistair, the Bitcoin story just won't go away. I have to admit, I'm quite sick and tired of reading about it because I just don't think it means anything. I was reading an article in the Daily Telegraph, a British newspaper, a well-respected newspaper, saying that actually it could be seen as a safe haven when tapering happens. Surely that's just a load of rubbish.
But yes, it is. In effect, Bitcoin as an investment is a non-starter. The only people that have done well out of Bitcoin are the people that originally invested in it when it was $1 or $2. They've seen the real benefits. We're in the midst of a tulip mania style upward shift in its price at the moment, and I do expect it to come back as fast as it's gone up again. Its intrinsic value is non-existent. Its value derives from the community that use it. The only difference between tulip mania and this is that it's increasing in popularity, and as more people use it, so it's going to counteract that sort of investment fad bit of it.
I just want to play devil's advocate. Isn't all money just the value that humans attach to it? So in theory, if collectively we give Bitcoin this greater value, then surely it's legitimate.
Yes, but traditional money is backed by a government and it's backed by an army as well. And that's probably not relevant now, but back in the day, having an army to back a currency was the most important thing. Bitcoin doesn't have that. That's this anonymity that runs through it. Although you can see along the blockchain who's doing what, effectively, if someone steals your money, your bitcoins, you're out in the cold, unfortunately. With traditional money, you've got a government and a legal system to pursue people that do you wrong, and that doesn't exist in virtual currencies at the moment. That's not to say that it won't in the future.
Yeah, but what does it say about the current financial situation and also about the state of the internet and our society that we've given so much value to Bitcoin and devoted so much airtime and column inches to it? Does it show to a certain degree that we are a little bit sick of traditional banking and traditional finance? Yes,
that's a really good point, in fact. And if you just look at Bitcoin as a payments platform, take away the investment side of it and all the hullabaloo that's been going on about its price increases, that's a sideshow to the fact that playing in Bitcoins is far easier and far quicker than using traditional money at the moment. The whole payment system is good. If you want to pay people, it's reasonably okay, it's reasonably quick, but it can be expensive because of the banks that form it. Using Bitcoin, I could pay someone in Japan or New Zealand in about 5 seconds, and it doesn't cost anything. So that is the real benefit of digital currencies. And it saves time. It's just that there's all these other problems going on alongside it, sort of security, volatility. But that's natural in sort of a disruptive technology, I would say, and it's going to be part of the system for a good while. But I'd say virtual currencies are probably here to stay. They might be, but is Bitcoin here to stay, or do you think there's going to be other hybrids, other varieties? Yeah, this is the first iteration in that process, I would say. A lot of people are mad about Bitcoin, but the fact of the matter is that because of its rigid structure, it's sort of a fixed supply of Bitcoins. It makes it susceptible to short squeezes and a very, very quick upshoot in price, because if there's much more demand then people can supply Bitcoins, and that's what has to happen. And something that allowed a little bit more elasticity in the system whilst retaining a lot of the good features of Bitcoin from the payment side is got to be the next step. So if I was to come back this time next year, do you think we're still going to be talking about Bitcoin? I know we're both a bit surprised by how popular it is, but do you think it will be here in a year's time? Yeah, Bitcoin will be here. Whether something slightly better will have taken over from it. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the big online businesses like Amazon were to seriously consider bringing in something similar and actually taking something like, I mean, if Amazon or eBay, or not that eBay would because they got PayPal, but one of these big businesses online were to take a virtual currency and run with it, then that would be a very significant step in the right direction, I would say. And just to finish off, let's talk about a real currency quickly. We're just talking about the pound off camera. Yeah. How do you see the sterling moving? Because it's been relatively strong over the last week or two. It has. The data has been brilliant. yesterday we had construction PMI, which is really, really good. Today we've had services PMI, slightly disappointing, and it's taking the wind out of the sails, really. You saw yesterday on the back of good news, it rose slightly, but not a great deal. That's sort of pointing to me towards, you know, we're reaching the top of the recent sterling run-up. There's so much good news built into the price already that any bad news or any slightly bad news is bringing it down more than it's driving it up in the opposite direction.
Well, as always, thank you to Alistair. Stay tuned to Dukascopy TV for more interviews and analysis, but for now, goodbye.